Now if I'm working with a big guy who has really tight knees but wants that stretch all the way down, it can take quite a bit of strength sometimes to do that. And since I don't use strength, I use my body like this. And if you're a woman, what you can do is you can place your hand like this so that you're not doing it with your breasts, right? Some clients would probably like that, but you're going to edit that part out.
It's getting complicated already.
All right. YouTube, here we come. And I'm just going to finish on this side. I would, of course, do that stretch of the leg bilaterally. I would do it on the other side too. And I would do it on Mika, but you know, it's not really that essential a move. She moves so freely down there that, you know, it's not really a move that I would spend too much time on with her. And I'll just take a moment. Sometimes I'll place my hands where I began, but sometimes, particularly if my client has had trouble sort of relaxing, is very agitated, just touching the bottom of the feet, massaging the bottom of the feet, squeezing the bottoms of the feet, the structure of the foot itself. It's a very, very relaxing thing. Will often settle people down. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, I'm going to have you scoot down off of the face rest and turn over onto your back. Now everyone watch how we do this. So I need to pay attention to what side Mika chooses to turn toward. And as she does that, you see, I'm going to keep her covered and keep her from sandwiching that sheet underneath her as she turns. Because then I have this whole thing about needing to kind of lift her up and get the sheet out from underneath her, which I can do, but if I can also manage that a little bit more, just as she moves, it's that much easier.
Is there a reason for not using the fitted sheet?
Fitted sheets have advantages and disadvantages, but you know, mostly as a beginner they have advantages, right? You need a flat sheet for the top, of course, that's obvious, but a fitted sheet for the bottom is really a good thing. Maybe you could just hang on to that over there, okay? The advantage of a fitted sheet is you don't get yourself into this situation where she turned over and took half the sheet with her, which is actually pretty easy to remedy, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's like impossible, right? So really all that you do is you take one part of the body, you see, like this, begin to pull on the sheet, take another part like this, and you'll begin to pull. Oh, she's gotten this really well underneath her. So, let's see, I'm going to take a lot of her body. Let's see.
Presumably, if it wasn't people sitting all the way around, you don't.
Excuse me?
Presumably, when there's because you would ordinarily have an audience, you kind of only covering one side, aren't you? When she
Well, I need to be conscious with the draping in that sometimes, you see, when I'm working, I'm very conscious of using the draping such that what's in my visual field is draped, but also if there are moments, I need to be conscious that I'm not exposing her also for moments as I, you know, with people with a 360 kind of a view here. So
I'm thinking if you're working in your own room, it's perhaps a bit easier?
It's a little bit easier, yeah. See, you just kind of take some time to pull the sheet to get the body off of the areas that are doing a long stroke up the leg here, coming up underneath the back. Turning the leg in. Coming out the foot. Toes. Okay, letting myself feel the body of the foot and squeeze and kind of move it around a bit. Get curious about it. Nice. Oh boy, that was a good one, huh? She's like, come on. Alright, go. Actually. Like that, which I really like to do.
It doesn't matter the head is going this side and the other side when you go on.
It's just kind of, you know, I'm careful not to move like that, you know, and move like that. How's the movement of your neck and head feeling to you, Mika? One over like that. Go like that. That's good. Exactly what this work should do, isn't it, small? So you see I'm doing this actually before I do the full long stroke. Because it's going to make my long stroke even easier actually. Falling Now I take my lead hand off when I encounter the sheet right around the top of the hip. This hand keeps going. I come to the shoulder, through the space here, sandwich the arm. Oh, she got away from me there. Usually they don't get away from me, but she's got twitchy arms. Or you could choose to just leave the arm like that, you see. Come on. And maybe do these strokes. And I was showing some of you about using this position. You see how I can open the body of the hand like this? And to take my thumbs and to work into the palms, and with my thumb and my forefinger getting into this web of muscles in between the index finger and the thumb here. Feels really good. All right. So, I can then cover up this side. Work on the other side. skiing or something.